Qualm. A feeling of doubt or uncertainty about whether you are doing the right thing. Disturbance. Something that stops you from working or sleeping. Renewable. Able to be extended for another time period. Able to be renewed. Vigorously. Of or related to full physical or mental force. Doorstep. A step or series of steps leading up to one of the doors that is used to enter or leave a building. Treasury. The place where the money of a government is kept. Whisper. To speak very softly or quietly. Morale. A feeling of happiness or loyalty that a person or group has about a job. Bias. A personal and sometime unreasoned judgment. Vocational. Relating to special skills or training one needs for a job. Prudent. Wise. Thoughtful. Careful. Gimmick. A method or trick that is used to get people's attention or to sell something provenance. Ineligible. Not allowed to do or be something. Prosperous. Having success. Regenerate. To grow again after being lost. Elephant. A very large gray animal that has a long, flexible nose and two long tusks. Vibrant. Filled with the joy of life. Intrusive. Causing disruption or annoyance by being unwelcome or uninvited. Bucket. A round, open container used to carry liquids. Touchy. Easily hurt or upset by the things that people think or say about you. Fanfare. A lot of talk or activity showing that people are excited about something. Reckless. Doing something dangerous and not caring about what might happen. Reflective. Causing thoughtfulness or thinking about something. Legitimacy. According to rules or laws. Renege. To refuse to do something you promised or agreed to do. Outburst. A violent expression of feeling. Polite. Having or showing good manners and respect for other people. Veil. A cloth worn by women as a covering for the face or head. Frighten. To cause great fear. Decency. Honest and moral behavior. Humiliation. Causing someone embarrassment. Sweeping. Moving over a wide area. Extensive. Horrific. Causing horror or shock. Disability. A condition, such as an illness or an injury, that damages or limits a person's physical or mental abilities. Commemoration. Something, such as a special ceremony, that is intended to honor an important event or person from the past. Stubborn. Refusing to change your ideas or to stop doing something. Mud. Soft. Wet dirt. Humiliating. Extremely destructive to one's self-respect or dignity. Manslaughter. The crime of killing a person without intending to do so. Flack. Harsh criticism. Revolve. To have someone or something as a main subject or interest. Biased. Having or showing a bias. Having or showing an unfair tendency to believe that some people, ideas, etc., are better than others. Summon. To order someone to come to a place. Radioactive. Having or producing a powerful and dangerous form of energy. Intimidation. Intentional attempt to make someone afraid. Idealistic. The attitude of a person who believes that it is possible to live according to very high standards of behavior and honesty. Faction. A group within a larger group that has different ideas and opinions than the rest of the group. Contraception. Things that are done to prevent a woman from becoming pregnant. Convene. To come together in a group for a meeting. Hallmark. A quality, ability, etc., that is typical of a particular person or thing. Suppress. To restrain from a usual course or action. To inhibit the growth or development of. Boring. Dull and uninteresting. Shred. To cut or tear something into long, thin pieces. Shameful. Very bad. Poison. A harmful or deadly substance. Fascist. A political movement that praises the nation or race above the individual. Myth. An idea or story that is believed by many people but that is not true. Embryo. A human or animal in the early part of development. Lorry. Large road vehicle for transporting goods. Dawn. the time of day when sunlight first begins to appear. Scooter, a small motorcycle. Affluent, having a large amount of money and owning many expensive things. Persecute, to treat someone cruelly or unfairly, especially because of race or religious or political beliefs. Rot, to break down over time. Harness, to use something for a particular purpose. Totalitarianism, political system in which the people in power have complete control and do not allow any opposition. Utter, to say something. Hone, to make something better. Dummy, a model or reproduction of a person. Disqualify, stop someone from doing or being a part of something. Thunder, the very loud sound of lightning. Prerogative, a special right or power. Feign, to give a false appearance of, induces a false impression. Stimulant, a substance that makes people feel more energetic. Emphatic, said or done in a forceful or definite way. Encouragement, the act of making something more appealing or more likely to happen. Customary, normal or expected for a particular situation. Frenetic, filled with excitement, activity or confusion. Wild or frantic. Wavelength, the distance from one wave of energy to another as it is traveling from point to point. Retaliation, getting revenge against someone or something. Sting, a hurtful effect of something. Lick, the moving of the tongue by a person or animal. Stint, a period of time spent doing a certain job or activity. Acquit, to decide that someone is not guilty of a crime. Chant, the repeated saying of a word, phrase or slogan by a crowd of people. Collision, an instance of one moving object or person striking against another. Upstairs, on or to a higher floor of a building. Ghost, the soul of a dead person thought of as living in an unseen world or as appearing to living people. Elimination, the act of ending something. Greeting, a message that expresses good wishes to someone. Gel, to change into a thick substance that is like jelly. Pot, a container that is used for storing or holding something. Wit, the ability to use words in a smart and humorous way. Ferocious, extremely angry, violent or forceful. Birth, a place or position on a team. Fray, a fight, struggle, or commotion that involves many people. Inferior, lower quality. Relieved, feeling relaxed and happy because something difficult has stopped. Incense, a substance that burns with a strong, sweet smell, often used in religious ceremonies. Hockey, a game played on an ice rink in which two teams of 6 players on skates use curved sticks to try to shoot a puck into the opponent's goal. Meticulous, very careful about doing something, to be very exact. Acrobatic, used to describe a difficult and dangerous act. Spinal, of, relating to, or affecting the line of connected bones down the middle of the back. Needle, a very thin, pointed steel tube that is pushed through the skin so that something, such as a drug, can be put into your body or so that blood or other fluids can be taken from it. Pastime, an activity that you enjoy doing during your free time. Knit, to use 2 needles to work with wool to create clothing. Theoretically, related to something that is possible, but not yet known to be true. Crank, a machine part that can be turned in a circle to move something. Spelling, the act of forming words from letters. Dissuade, to persuade someone not to do something. Astonishing, causing a feeling of great surprise or wonder, causing astonishment. Intentionally, on purpose. Deliberate, sleek, straight and smooth in design or shape. Drawing, a picture, image, etc., that is made by making lines on a surface with a pencil, pen, marker, chalk, but usually not with paint. Indispensable, absolutely needed. Futuristic, very modern, design that looks like something from the future. Plethora, a very large amount or number, an amount that is much greater than what is necessary. Innovate, Do something in a new or different way. Brag. To talk about yourself, your achievements, your family, etc., in a way that shows too much pride. Often plus about. Transmitter. A device that sends out radio or television signals. Exponentially. Very fast. Panoramic. A full and wide view of something. Lens. A clear, curved piece of glass or plastic that is used to make things look clearer. Blank. An empty space, as on a paper. Messy. Not clean or tidy. Ultraviolet. Used to describe light that cannot be seen and that are slightly shorter than the rays of violet light. Likewise. In the same way. Ion. An atom or group of atoms that has a positive or negative electric charge from losing or gaining one or more electrons. Reliability. How trusted something is to perform correctly. Cyberspace. The online world of computer networks and the internet. Obese. Very fat. Authenticate. To prove that something is real, true or genuine. Tablet. A flat, rectangular computing device that is used for connecting to the internet, watching videos, reading books. Sequence. A series of scenes from a movie or television program, a part of a movie, television show, etc., that deals with one subject, action or idea. Anonymity. A situation in which someone's name is kept secret. Geography. An area of study that deals with the Earth, its countries, cities, rivers, mountains, lakes and other features. Handy. Near or close. Oddity. The quality or state of being strange or unusual. Tin. A soft faintly bluish-white lustrous low-melting crystal and metallic element that is malleable and ductile at ordinary temperatures and that is used especially in containers, as a protective coating, in tinfoil, and in soft solders and alloys. Supremacy. The quality or state of having more power than anyone else. Vocabulary. The words that make up a language. Token. Something that is a symbol of a feeling, event, etc. Fossil. Remains of an animal or plant from an earlier period in Earth's history. Elevator. A machine used for carrying people and things to different levels in a building. Firepower. The amount or strength of military weapons that can be used against an enemy. Intake. A food, drink or other substance taken in. The act of taking in, eating, drinking or swallowing. Retrial. A second trial in a court of law in order to make a new judgment on a case that has been judged before. Mob. A large crowd of people. Diabetes. A disease that prevents the body from properly controlling the amount of sugar in the blood. Discrepancy. A difference between two things that should be the same. Powerhouse. A group of people or an organization that has a lot of power. Anecdotal. Related to a short story about an interesting or funny event or occurrence. Unchecked. Something that is not controlled or slowed. Broke. To stop working because of being damaged. Extraction. The process of removing a natural resource from the ground and using it for industry. Grocery. Food and supplies bought at a store. Registered. Having your name entered in an official list, such as a list of voters. Chronic. Continuing or occurring again and again for a long time. Environmentalist. A person who works to protect the natural world from pollution and other threats. Downstream. In the direction in which a stream or river flows. Funnel. A device shaped like a hollow cone with a tube extending from the point, used to pour a liquid into a narrow opening. Reaffirm. To formally state something, again in order to emphasize that it is true. Subcontractor. A person or company who is hired to do part of a job that another person or company has been hired to do. Uprising. A usually violent effort by many people to change the government or leader of a country. Touching. Having a strong emotional effect, causing feelings of sadness or sympathy. Boon. Something that is helpful, that provides a good outcome. Piecemeal. Done or made slowly in a series of separate steps. fluctuate, to rise and fall in uneven levels or amounts, deplete, to use up most or all of something, stronghold, a place where a group is able to militarily defend itself. Typhoon, a powerful ocean storm in the area of the Northwest Pacific Ocean. Leftist, belonging to or supporting the political left. Brisk, done with quickness and energy. Roam, to go to different places without having a particular purpose or plan. Insecurity, relating to a lack of security. Standstill, a state in which all activity or motion is stopped. Misdeed, a morally wrong or illegal act. Practically, almost or nearly. Stern, very serious. Sorrow, a feeling of sadness or grief caused especially by the loss of someone or something. Clog, to slowly form a block in something, such as a pipe or street, so that things cannot move through quickly or easily. Dignitary, a person who has a high rank or an important position. Edgy, a new and unusual way. Punitive, as punishment. Shuttle, vehicle that travels regularly between places. Afloat, something or someone which provides help that is badly needed. Mall, a large building or group of buildings containing stores of many different kinds and sizes. Mediate, to work with opposing sides in an argument or dispute in order to get an agreement. Analyze, to examine. Republic, a form of government with a chief of state who has term limits. Obstruction, the act of blocking something. Diversion, something that takes attention away from what is happening. Yawn, used to describe something that is not exciting. Jolt, to cause something or someone to move in a quick and sudden way. Aggression, hostile action against another country, government, etc. Underscore, to emphasize the importance of something. Exile, a situation in which people are forced to leave their home country and go to live somewhere else. Strap, a narrow and usually flat piece of a material that is used for fastening, holding together, or wrapping something. Abrupt, sudden and unexpected. Spook, to frighten, to unnerve. Peninsula, a piece of land surrounded by water on most sides and connected to a larger piece of land. Upmarket, made for or appealing to people who have a lot of money. Limousine, very large and comfortable car usually driven by a professional driver. Revoke, to cancel, to put an end to something. Capitalism, an economic system characterized by private or corporate ownership of capital goods, by investments that are determined by private decision, and by prices, production, and the distribution of goods that are determined mainly by competition in a free market. Philosopher, a student of philosophy, ideas about knowledge, truth and the meaning of life. Dwarf, something of relatively small size. Vodka, a strong, clear alcoholic drink that is originally from Russia. Problematic, difficult to understand, solve, or fix. Prudence, careful good judgment that allows someone to avoid danger or risks. Resilience, strength and fortitude. Cubic, describing a measurement that is produced by multiplying something's length by its width and its height. Cargo, something carried from one place to another by boat or plane. Counteract, act against something, to cause something to have less of an effect or to have no effect at all. Austere, very simple, with only the things that are truly necessary. Reversal, a change to an opposite state. Condition, decision. Proximity, the state of being near. Diligence, careful and continued hard work. Subside, to become less strong or intense. Terminate, to cause to end. Shudder, of a person, to shake because of fear, cold, etc. Stout, thick and strong. Insufficient, not having or providing enough of what is needed. Not sufficient. Certify, to officially say that something or someone has met certain requirements. Butterfly, a way of swimming in which the swimmer's face is in the water and the arms move together in a circular motion while the legs kick up and down. Ton, a large amount. Boiler, a large container in which water is heated to produce steam in an engine. Sore, feeling or affected by pain. Mockery, behavior or speech that makes fun of someone or something in a hurtful way. Baseball, a game played on a large field by two teams of 9 players who try to score runs by hitting a small ball with a bat and then running to each of the 4 bases without being put out. Noon, the middle of the day, 12 o'clock in the daytime. Drought, a long period of time during which there is little or no rain. Cereal, a breakfast food made from grain. Saloon, a place where alcoholic drinks are served, especially such a place in the western U.S. during the 19th century. Shabby, in poor condition through long or hard use or lack of care. Payoff, the advantage or benefit that is gained from doing something. Motorbike, a motorized bike. Recognize, to accept or be aware that something is true or exists, accordingly, in a way that fits the facts, needs, or requirements of a situation. Crane, a big machine with a long arm that is used by builders for lifting and moving heavy things. Towel, a piece of cloth or paper used to dry things. Delicate, easily broken or damaged. Communism, a way of organizing a society in which the government owns the things that are used to make and transport products, such as land, oil, factories, ships, etc., and there is no privately owned property. Tack, to add on or attach something. Uplift, to make someone happy or hopeful. Progressive, characterized by modern or new ideas. Overview, a general explanation or description of something. Malaria, a serious disease that causes chills and fever and that is passed from one person to another by the bite of a mosquito. Flip, to change, to return to a previous position, opinion or belief. Institutional, of or about an established organization. Merchandising, the activity of selling products that are related to something, such as a television show, movie, or sports team, in order to make more money. Saliva, the liquid produced in your mouth that keeps your mouth moist and makes it easier to swallow food. Vampire, a dead person who leaves the grave at night to bite and suck the blood of living people. Basket, a container usually made by weaving together long thin pieces of material. Spike, something pointed like a nail. Hog, another word for pig. Foremost, most important. Fluent, able to speak a language easily and very well. Reunification, reuniting, bringing together again. Prestige, respect or attention someone or something gets for being successful or important. Hydraulic, something operated by the pressure of fluids. Inconclusive, not leading to any closure or conclusion. Voltage, the force of a current that is measured in volts. Tame, not dangerous or wild. Austerity, a simple and plain quality. Nominal, very small in amount. Lapse, an occurrence when something is missed. Apartheid, a former social system in South Africa in which black people and people from other racial groups did not have the same political and economic rights as white people and were forced to live separately from white people. Enhanced, increased in intensity, improved. Chill, a feeling of being extremely cold. Vaccination, medicine that prevents infection by a disease. Apparel, clothing. Township, a unit of local government in the U.S. Construct, to build. Adept, very good at doing something that is not easy. Mileage, the average number of miles a vehicle will travel on a gallon of gasoline. Quarry, a place where large amounts of stone are dug out of the ground. Envoy, a person sent by a government to represent it in dealing with other governments. Segregated, separated because of some difference such as race or religion. Rightful, proper or appropriate. Collectively, shared or done by a group of people. Shortcoming, a bad feature, a flaw or defect in something. Durable, remaining in good condition for a long time. Enact, to become part of the law. Preferential, given favorable treatment. Consent, agreement. Nutritional, eating the right kind of food so you can grow properly and be healthy. Calorie, a unit of heat used to indicate the amount of energy that foods will produce in the human body. Competence, the ability to do something well. Align, to organize things so that they form a line or are in the right position. Refrain, to keep from doing something. Mattress, a cloth case that is filled with material and used as a bed. Blister, a raised area on the skin that contains clear liquid and that is caused by injury to the skin. Powder, a dry substance made up of very tiny pieces of something. Entrepreneurial, part of starting a business and in a way that means you are willing to risk loss in order to make money. Brim, the part of a hat that sticks out around the lower edge. Vessel, a container for holding liquids. Mitigate, reduce the harmful effects of something. Remarkably, done in a way that is unusual or surprising. Fertile, producing many plants or crops, able to support the growth of many plants. Fertility, the ability to produce young. Orient, to change or create something, such as a book or a film, so that it appeals to a particular group of people or is suitable for a particular group of people. To direct someone toward a goal, enthusiastically, feeling or showing strong excitement about something. Foreman, a person who is in charge of a group of workers. Weep, to cry very deeply. Marshal, bring together. Immunity, a special protection from what is required for most people by law. Cumulative, increasing or becoming better or worse over time through a series of additions. Prescription, a medicine that a doctor officially tells someone to use. Cabin, a small, simple house made of wood. Synonymous, having the same meaning. Eerie, strange and mysterious. Stardom, the state of being a very famous performer. Correspond, to be the same or similar. Wicked, morally bad. Fable, a short story that usually is about animals and that is intended to teach a lesson. Toss, to throw something with a quick, light motion. Anchor, a person who provides strength and support. Discharge, a liquid or gas that flows out of something, the movement of a liquid or gas from something. Overweight, weight over and above what is considered normal or required. Infiltrate, to secretly enter or join something, such as a group or an organization, in order to get information or do harm. Greedy, having or showing a selfish desire to have more of something. Creepy, strange or scary, causing people to feel nervous and afraid. Flesh, the soft parts of a piece of fruit. Troupe, a group of actors, singers who work together. Herd, a group of large animals that live or are kept together. Trait, a quality that makes one person or thing different from another. Heroin, a powerful illegal drug that is made from morphine. Disloyal, failing to support or be true to someone or something. Librarian, a specialist in the care of books, magazines, documents and other records. Statue, a figure usually of a person or animal that is made from stone, metal, etc. Columnist, a person who writes a newspaper or magazine column. Replicate, to repeat or copy something exactly. Sword, a long, sharp metal weapon. Depiction, a description of someone or something through words, a story, etc. Cub, a young animal that eats meat. Sofa, a long and comfortable piece of furniture on which a person can sit or lie down. Temperamental, likely to become upset or angry. Juvenile, not yet fully grown. Shade, an area of slight darkness that is produced when something blocks the light of the sun. Heyday, the time when someone or something is most successful. popular, pavement, the hard surface of a road, driveway, etc. Recluse, a person who lives alone and avoids other people. Homecoming, the act of returning to your home or to a place that is like your home. Shrewd, having or showing an ability to understand things and to make good judgments, mentally sharp or clever. Rhyme, one of two or more words or phrases that end in the same sounds. Inject, to force a liquid medicine or drug into someone by using a special needle. Superintendent, a person who directs or manages a place, department, organization. Rebirth, a period in which something becomes popular again after a long period of time when it was not popular. Overdone, a secondary meaning or effect. Mansion, a large and impressive house, the large house of a wealthy person. Marijuana, the dried leaves and flowers of the hemp plant that are smoked as a drug. Precedence, the act of coming earlier in time. Torrential, coming in a large, fast stream. Workshop, a brief educational program for a relatively small group of people. Galaxy, any one of the very large groups of stars that make up the universe. Mastery, knowledge and skill that allows you to do, use, or understand something very well. Nimble, able to move quickly, easily, and lightly. Concise, using few words, not including extra or unnecessary information. Skate, to move or glide over a surface on skates. Rink, an often enclosed area that has a special surface of ice, smooth pavement, etc., and that is used for skating. Distressed, feeling or showing unhappiness or pain. Wilderness, a wild and natural area in which few people live. Lesbian, related to women with sexual desires only for women. Rite, an act that is part of a usually religious ceremony. Hesitation, a pause or delay. Skeleton, the structure of bones that supports the body of a person or animal. Vested, fully guaranteed as a legal right. Bestow, to give something to a person. Negligence, failure to exercise care. Fascination, to be very interested in something or someone. Discard, to get rid of especially as useless or unwanted. Fascinating, very interesting. Feminist, something related to feminism, a movement which seeks to support women's rights and interests. Satire, humor that shows the weaknesses or bad qualities of a person, government or society. Tent, a portable shelter that is used outdoors, is made of cloth and leather, and is held up with poles and ropes. Backstage, behind the stage of a theater. Prostitute, a person, usually a woman, who engages in sexual intercourse especially for money. Saxophone, musical instrument with a curved metal tube at the bottom played by blowing into mouthpiece. Glorify, to describe or represent something in a way that makes it seem better or more important. Prostitution, the act of having sex in exchange for money. Outraged, to make someone very angry. Acoustic, musical instrument not having its sound changed by electrical devices. Crumble, to break down completely. Vet, investigate someone's background thoroughly. Benefactor, someone who helps another person, group, etc., by giving money. Giddy, excited, playful and silly. Drastic, severe, extreme. Disciplined, being able to do something by controlling your behavior. Nurture, care for something while it grows or develops. Stool, a small seat that fits only one person and has not back or arms. Cave, a large hole that was formed by natural processes in the side of a cliff or hill or under the ground. Trickle, to flow or fall in drops. Decoration, something that is added to something else to make it more attractive. Admirer, someone respecting or showing approval for a person or thing. Plump, having a full, rounded shape. Progression, the process of developing over a period of time. Conqueror, someone who takes control of a country, city, etc. through the use of force. Perpetuate, to cause, something that should be stopped, such as a mistaken idea or a bad situation. To continue, disgust, a strong feeling or dislike for something. Notwithstanding, offering resistance or opposition to something. Obituary, an article in a newspaper about the life of someone who has died recently. Manuscript, the original copy of a play, book, piece of music, etc., often before it has been printed. Coherent, logical and well organized, easy to understand. Rebuttal, statement that a claim or criticism is not true. Intimidating, something that makes a person afraid. Courageous, brave. Necklace, a piece of jewelry worn around the neck. Lament, to mourn. Unplug, to disconnect from something. Stuck, burdened with something unpleasant, unprovoked, happening without a reason or apparent cause. Sculpture, a piece of art made by carving or molding clay, stone, metal or other materials. Casting, assigning an acting part in a film, play, video, or something else. Collaborative, involving or done by two or more people or groups working together to achieve or do something. Distorted, to change something so that it is no longer true or accurate. Campus, the area and buildings around a university, college, or school. Holistic, relating to or concerned with complete systems rather than with individual parts. Slug, a kind of creature that eats and damages crops. Squarely, fully. Transformer, a device that changes the characteristics of an electrical current. Laziness, the condition of not liking to work hard or to be active. Mellow, very calm and relaxed. Wizard, a person who has magical powers. Understudy, to study another actor's part in order to substitute in an emergency. Brigade, part of a military division. Compound, a substance created when the atoms of two or more chemical elements join together. Gorgeous, beautiful. Gentleman, a man who treats other people in a proper and polite way. Courteous, very polite in a way that shows respect. Skateboard, a short board mounted on small wheels that is used for coasting and for performing athletic stunts. Spectacle, a very impressive show. Demolish, to damage something so that it cannot be repaired. Grit, mental toughness and courage. Authenticity, real or genuine. Forbidden, not allowed. Cage, a box made of wire or metal bars in which people keep animals or birds. Inclusive, open to everyone, not limited to certain people. Dish, food that is prepared in a particular way. Invoke, to formally announce the use of something such as a law or rule. Boycott, an often organized act of refusal to buy, use, or participate in something as a way of protesting it. Grief, a cause of deep sadness. Alcoholism, a medical condition in which someone drinks too much alcohol and becomes unable to live a normal and healthy life. Prank, a trick that is done to someone usually as a joke. Collaborator, a person who works with another person or group in order to achieve or do something. Convulse, to have an experience in which the muscles in your body shake in a sudden, violent way that you are not able to control. Tolerant, willing to accept feelings, habits or beliefs that are different from your own, unwittingly, without knowledge. Nude, of or involving people who have no clothes on. Overthrow, to remove someone or something from power, especially by force. Modification, the act or process of changing parts of something, the act or process of modifying something. Curtail, to reduce or limit something. Subtle, hard to notice or see, not obvious. Gaze, a fixed look. Escort, a person responsible for going somewhere with someone else to guard or protect them. Arduous, very difficult, very hard. Abhorrent, causing or deserving strong dislike or hatred. Transcript, a written or printed version of words that were spoken. Liaison, a relationship that allows different organizations or groups to work together and provide information to each other. Martial, of or relating to war or soldiers. Locked, held in a fixed position. Hoarding, to withhold something from being sold. Articulate, to express something, such as an idea, in words. Desperation, a strong feeling of fear, sadness and or the loss of hope. Bible, the book of writings considered holy by the Christian religion. Proclaim, to say or state something in public. Charitable, done to help people who are poor, sick or in need. Bait, food used to catch fish or animals. Wager, to risk losing something, such as money, if your guess about what will happen is wrong. Stairway, a set of stairs that go from one level or floor to another. Hollow, empty. Novelty, the quality or state of being new, different, and interesting. Realize, to understand, to become aware of something. Pulp, a soft, wet and shapeless material. Eject, to push something out. Valley, a stretch of land between hills or mountains. Congregation, people who regularly attend religious services. Recreational, done for enjoyment. Kidnap, to seize and take away by force. Expel, officially force something or someone to leave a place or organization. Fortress, a place that is protected from attack. Lump, a small mass or swelling. Utmost, greatest or highest in degree. Curious, a marked desire to investigate and learn. Bicker, to argue in a way that is annoying about things that are not important. Parable, a story that teaches a moral or spiritual lesson. Grill, to cook food on a metal frame over fire. Counterbalance, adding balance to something by being opposite. Tracking, following the movement of someone or something. Desolate, an empty, lonely and sometimes sad place. Fist, and NBSP, the hand with its fingers bent down into the palm. Reassuring, making someone feel less afraid, upset or doubtful. Chef, a professional cook. Disgusting, so unpleasant that you feel slightly sick. Unbecoming, not appropriate or acceptable for a person in a particular job or position. Squalor, bad, dirty conditions. Haircut, the act or result of cutting and shaping someone's hair. Beating, to make the regular movements needed to pump blood. Crook, a thief. Liquor, a strong alcoholic drink.